Maggie,
Yes.
what a beautiful gallery.
It is, isn't it? I've been here for 15 years now, and the gallery's been here in terms of the building much longer. It's a 16th century building. It's quite tiny, and the local coachman and his whole family in the 16th century would have lived in this building. Lots of lovely features, make it quite quaint. But there wouldn't have been a staircase to get up. There would have been a ladder through to a hole to get up to this upstairs.
Wow.
And he and his family, let's say perhaps had 2 children, they lived in this little space up here. And next door there's another old building, and that's where the coachman would have kept his coach and his horses. All of the work that we have in our gallery comes from British designer makers. So lovely British people who make their own amazing artwork. We have jewellery, ceramics, pottery, textile work, some glass work, some lovely things from our designer makers. So do have a look here. We have some cufflinks and some lovely pictures. Some of this work is local, some of it's from as far afield as Scotland. In the gallery we have a fabulous lady artist who comes to us frequently. Her name is Joan Darlington. I'm sure she won't mind me telling you that she is 83 years old. She has an amazing imagination, and we've always got some of her paintings. She has produced this little book with some help from me, afternoon reading, and it's got some lovely stories and some fabulous illustrations, and they're all stories about her life, and it's not the normal life, it's hilarious. She's a fun lady and her stories are fun. Geopottery is an absolute love of mine, so it's no surprise we've got loads of it in the gallery. So here on this little dresser we've got some gorgeous mugs here from Nigel Lambert. His work I just think is amazing. And then we have some very lovely and affordable little pots and gorgeous little pourers here from George Holden. Those are really fabulous, very tactile, and I really like texture, being a textile artist, so that's very pleasing in those. We have some lovely jewellery in the gallery, and I like to have jewellery that's a little bit different, a little bit more unusual. And the jewellery that you're about to see is from a designer called Teresa Galanides, and she originally trained working with glass, but she uses recycled metals, and what I particularly like is you can't really see the former life of the material she's using. It's quite distinctly unusual jewellery. I really like this work from Louise Wilson. She tells us that the everyday in wire, the possibilities are endless, and that's what she tries to create. So much patience, it's really exquisite artwork, very, very different style, but she masters it beautifully. This clock's fun. We've had a few of these in. It's made by Richard Wilson, the studio potter. His work is just such fun and lovely colours. It's the only one we've got left at the moment. We'll be ordering some more work from Richard this spring.
A few of these other things just down the side.
Okay, these paintings here, these are original acrylics, and these are from a dear friend of mine, Penny, who lives quite local to the gallery, and she loves to work in acrylics. And these are some sheep, possibly some sheep she's seen just from her sitting room window.
And here?
Here, these lovely lace pieces here are all about texture on wooden blocks, and these were created by a lovely lady, Helen Thompson. She runs a little art business called The Farmer's Daughter, and locally to us she creates amazing cards and prints that she has turned into tea towels, placemats, very high quality and unusual work. There's a bit of a seaside theme in the window. We have a lovely boat from Richard Goodwin Jones, and then we have some automata by Muttley the toy maker from Stafford, and a lovely little etching too from Victoria Dean. So a quick little demo of one of Mark Utley's lovely pieces. He's called Muttley the Toy Maker, and this is the ooh-ah bird. Perfect present for the person who has everything. Oh, ah.
And there's a square egg.
He's delivered a square egg.
Oh my God.
As a textile artist, I'm always drawn to other textile artists' work, and there's one lady whose work is really beautiful. Her name is Bridget Davis. She mainly uses machine embroidery. Now that sounds like it's easy to do, it's not at all. It's using the sewing machine as your drawing tool, and again, exquisite work. Beautiful bespoke cushions that she makes, lovely little clutch bags and jewellery rolls. Perfect presents for a special occasion. I picked up my oil paints about 2 years ago, having not painted in oils since I had a little go at the age of 18, and I really loved it. So I rattled out a few oil paintings over about 18 months, and some landscapes, some still lifes that I set up, some in the garden, and 1 or 2 portraits. And if you come along to my studio, I might show you the portraits. Okay, those pictures you've just been looking at, Matthew, those are my oil paintings. But every day I draw and paint in my sketchbook. And I sketch all sorts of things. So here we've actually got a pot of something that was dinner last night. But I love to use watercolours in my sketchbook. And I also run a variety of workshops. And sometimes people really don't know what to paint. So one of the things I do is help them to keep their own colouring in book. Colouring in books are really in vogue at the moment, and anybody who knows me knows that I'm not that keen. But if you're creating your own sketchbook, that's a totally different thing, your own colouring in book. So here is a page to help you meditate. Draw a selection of flowers or whatever's your thing. It might be butterflies or bees or all sorts of, it could be cars, could be car wheels, anything that you enjoy, and that could be your own colouring in book.
Now you're doing quite a lot of workshops, aren't you?
I am, yes. I do workshops helping people to keep their own sketchbooks, similar to this, and it could be in the form of a colouring in book. I also help people to go from working a design out themselves to creating it in textiles, because as a textile artist I know that a lot of people will work on kits, cross-stitch kits and similar, but would like to have a go at doing something from their own design, so I do that. Then also encouraging people who want to pick up painting perhaps as they retire, or a new hobby they want to take up and they're not quite sure where to go from. So I help them with that. I also run a couple of local art groups too.